Chris Miles. What a man. He's awesome. You guys doing one-on-one with him? Do it, because he knows his stuff. He is a great man. He's got a great purpose, and he's sharing that with everybody. I mean, families, like, isn't money one of the number one causes of divorce? Yeah, marriage. It's like finances are hard. And so if you want easy finances and fun finances, he's not a Bueller. He's fun. I mean, look at him. Chris Miles.
Woo!
Just look at him. You just know he's a dork. Awesome. So what's that like? Heads up, shoulders out, tail, whatever, thumbs out. Even white boys gotta shout. Something like that, right?
Good job. You got it.
All right. So again, I'm Chris Miles. How many of you would just ever ask a question saying, "Man, I made more money, but I have no clue where it all went"? Who's ever had that problem before? How many of you just say, "I just want more money"?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That's not what we talk about here, because I'll tell you, I started out being a traditional financial planner. That is something I am not. So I stopped that 10 years ago because I realized that after doing years of financial planning, one thing is it just hasn't worked. It hasn't actually produced the results I was hoping. I thought people would get financial freedom, but in reality it gives them some good stuff, but it wasn't really making them financially free. And I remember I met with my brother-in-law. We all have some of those, right? So I remember my brother-in-law, he was of the family that sold a lot of the dealerships to Larry H. Miller. Anybody remember that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Larry H. Miller, he bought a lot of the dealerships from this guy in the 80s. So I remember I sat down with him, I thought, I'm going to impress the heck out of this guy because, being in my 20s, I know my stuff, right? Because, I wasn't a teenager anymore because I knew everything then. But in my 20s, way more at that point. And so I went to him, and I gave him a presentation. He said, "Well, Chris, that was very nice. Well, let me ask you a question. How many, if I were to give you 10 grand to play with today, you're telling me you can make 12% a year, right?" I said, "Well, yeah, that's right. We actually believed that back then. You would actually get 12%, putting money in the mutual funds and stuff." He's like, "Well, that's like $1,200 in a year." I said, "Yeah, isn't that awesome? Like after 50,000 years, you'll be a millionaire," which he already was. And he's like, "Okay, Chris, now I can take 10 grand. I can put that 10 grand into my business. I can put a down payment on a semi truck. I can turn around, sell it a few months later, and make $20,000 in a few months. So why would I invest with you?" And because I was trained in that kind of crap, I kind of said, "Well, you should be diversified, right? You shouldn't put all our eggs in one basket because, that's risky putting money in your business, right?" How many of you are business owners? How many believe that your business should be the number one investment? So did he. And so I had no good answer for him. He said, "Great, thank you for your time. Go home." Best thing he could have ever done for me. Because I realized, I said, I can't compete with that. And I realized at that point that I was just selling products. I wasn't really giving people what they want, that financial freedom. And financial freedom should be in your business. In your what?
Business.
That is the number one investment you should be putting your money into. That is the place where you make all your money. All the other financial products and stuff, that's just stuff you can have a spillover to put that money in there just to keep it safe. So you can make sure you keep it, right? But here's the thing, there's people out there telling you to spend nothing, right? Save everything. Save forever. Sacrifice. Suffer. Suck. All that kind of stuff you've been taught your whole life. And what has it led to? People being broke. How many people want that kind of life? How many rather than have the opposite life of everybody else?
Yeah.
One.
Woo!
Thank you. Jenny is there. She's still got her 5 minutes of happiness going on, right? She's like, woo! And somehow she thinks it's a belief she loves nap time. Yeah, right. And so that's the thing. It's always about how we can have more freedom, more time. And I'll tell you, when I started to do that, I actually quit being a financial planner back in 2006. I said, no more. I am done with that crap. I will just go do mortgages and teach ballroom dancing. And that's pretty much what I did. But I had some friends that were millionaires, and they taught the exact opposite. They were like anti-financial planners, which is what I am, right? They were teaching the exact opposite. They're like, no, invest in your business. No, make money today. No, it's about cash flow. It's about acceleration, not accumulation. It's about having the life you love right now, because none of us know how long we're going to be on this planet, do we? And should we just sit around and say, well, I just hope I can save for the next 50 years that someday I can actually live my life? No, that's not what it should be. And so what I'm going to teach you today is just some real quick tips. I wish I could teach you a whole lot more, but I got like, what, 3 minutes left?
You got it.
Yes! Even the phone can't handle the truth. So anyways, I'll just presume I got like 5 minutes. So I want to give you a lot more. Now, my average client, like I said, finds $33,000 a year. To get a lot of those 7 key tips of how to do that, just go to my website, moneyripples.com. So if you got a phone, pull it out. You do that. You can write it down or whatever. If the two of you that actually have pen and paper here, you can do that. But just go online. You can actually download it from my website. It's called Beyond Rice and Beans. 7 secrets to free up cash today. Because I don't want you just to live off rice and beans. I want you to actually have some vegetables. I want you to have some fun and enjoy life, but also be responsible. All right, so here's the 3 things. There's 3 perspectives you got to understand about money first for it to work in business. How many perspectives? 3. Number 1 is a spender. What do spenders do so well?
Spend.
Brilliant. This is as hard as it gets, I promise. So spenders, they love to go and blow money, right? Like they like to live la vida loca, that kind of stuff, right? And that's not bad. It's actually halfway there, but it's not everything because you keep spending, and what happens?
You run out.
You run out, right? So you have to keep working and working and working, and in that rat race, you try to make money, right? And that doesn't work. Now that's in scarcity. Scarcity drives away money. Who's ever heard of scarcity before? Who would rather be in abundance?
Yeah.
That's where you need to be. Now there's a saver mentality, which is also in scarcity. This is the mentality that you're always taught your whole life, right? It's bad to ever spend money, right? Hey, if you have 6 kids, you got to make sure you eat at Denny's, right? And only once a year. You got to make sure that you actually go and save forever and do all this kind of stuff. It's always about hoarding. Like my dad was raised to be a hoarder. Like depression mentality, the kind of guy that like saves food storage, and he's not even LDS. He has like a 10-year supply of Mrs. Buttersworth. Unfortunately, it expired 10 years ago. That kind of stuff. Like that's the kind of stuff that does not work, right? That's where it becomes a waste. And see, that mentality doesn't work because that's where people be broke. You can never save enough. You can never pay off your debt fast enough. Nothing is enough. You will never be financially free as a saver. But the middle road, the mixture of the spender and the saver, you put them together, you get a steward. A steward is actually the one that's in abundance. A steward says, how can I take what I have, the resources I have, and make more from it? How can I create more cash flow? How can I actually improve, multiply, edify, beautify, make everything better so that I can actually bless people's lives and at the same time also prosper in my own life? How many of you would love to bless lives through your business?
Yeah.
How many believe you're already doing that? Good. That's what a steward does. But they want to make more of the resources. They want to make more of their time and their money and everything that they have to be able to serve people and make it better. And so when you're doing that, one key tip, here's one of those ways you free up cash. One is track your money. Track your what?
Money.
You got to track it. Not just what's going out, because that's what savers do. They only want to see what's going out, and spenders only want to see what's coming in. You got to look at both. What's coming in, what's going on? What's that flow? Because money's meant to flow. Money's meant to be used. Stewards use money. They don't let it sit on a shelf and collect dust for 5 million years. They use it. They use it to bless people's lives today. How can you get that money to flow? Flow in and flow out. And so you want to track the money. You want to see what's coming in and also what's going out. A great tool to use that in business. QuickBooks. How many of you use QuickBooks? How many of you hire somebody to use QuickBooks? Great, perfect. Either one is great, as long as you're monitoring those numbers. Because there's nothing worse in business than like actually looking at your numbers at tax time. How many of you have ever waited till the end of the year and then you go back and spend days on your stupid numbers? Who's ever done that before? Yeah. How many of you are just too afraid to raise your hand? All right. And so you don't want to be doing just that same old stuff. So QuickBooks is great for business. Mint.com is great for personal. It's easy, it's free, and the great thing is you download everything into one place and it's automated. I'm ambitiously lazy. I love to work hard so I can play hard. Anybody else like that?
Yeah.
So I want things to be easy, and so I use things like Mint.com and QuickBooks so that I can actually spend a couple minutes each week and then I'm done. That's it. And I'll tell you, just by doing that, you'll find out that you'll actually have more money coming in. You actually realize that I have somebody that says, hey, I'm making $300,000 a year, but I have no clue where it's going. I have one lady, we had her track her money. We found out that eating out alone, and it wasn't Texas Roadhouse, by the way, eating out alone was $5,600 a month that we found. I told her to cut it back to only $1,000 a month, which is still awesome, right? And actually from that and other things, we actually were able to find $70,000 a year. I've had other people, if anybody ever tells me I'm just too busy to do this stuff, guess what? You're probably losing at least $500 a month. Also taxes. People also don't realize they're paying too much in taxes. How many of you are business owners again, just by raising hands, keep them high? How many of you actually have a home office in that as part of that business? Cool. Do not write yourself a home office lease. Do not do that. They will get audited. One thing you can do, you can actually, if you have a corporation, you have your corporation go and rent your space like you do for a hotel. One day, let's say you do it 1 day a month, that's 12 days a year. Because you kept it under 14 days, you don't get taxed. So say, for example, you charge like what the Marriott charges for the use of your house, $1,250 for 1 day's use. You do that 12 times in a year. That's $15,000 a year you get as income that does not count as income, that's tax-free. So everybody in this room will have free of at least $3,000 to $6,000 a year, depending on your tax bracket. Is that pretty cool? Good. That made use of my 10 minutes. You just made at least $3,000. Is that cool with everybody?
Yep.
All right. Anyways, check out moneyripples.com, get my ebook, and thank you so much.